In this problem, we are given an angle and a side of a right triangle, and we are asked to find the remaining angle and the two missing sides. This is often referred to as solving a triangle. For this problem, we are given that it is a right triangle and that it is in standard ABC form. Remember, standard ABC form means our angles are capital letters and our sides are the lowercase letters opposite of those uppercase angles. So the first thing you're pretty much always going to want to do when you're solving a triangle is to draw the triangle. So I'm going to put capital A up here and I'm going to put capital B down here. It doesn't matter where you place your angles, just as long as you know which one is which. They have given me that angle A is 20 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And side B, which is opposite of big B, is 15 feet long. This means I do not know what side C is or side little a is. I also don't know what angle B is, so we need to find all of those things. The first part, which is the easiest, is we should know what are when you add up the three angles to any triangle, what do those three angles always add up to? Well, they always add up to 180 degrees. So remember, this is a right triangle, so this angle down here is a 90-degree angle. So 90 degrees plus 20 degrees plus our angle B have to add up to 180 degrees. So that means 110 plus B is equal to 180. So B will be 70 degrees. That is the first angle that we are looking for. So we have found angle capital B. Let's next try to find side little a. We're always going to use the angle they gave us, which is 20 degrees. What is A to the 20-degree angle? It is opposite. And then you ask yourself, what is the side that we know? The side that we know is 15, and to the 20-degree angle, that is the adjacent side. So we need to think of what is a trig function that involves adjacent and opposite. Again, write SOHCAHTOA down until you get good at figuring these out. So I have an opposite and an adjacent. What puts opposite and adjacent together? Oh, that's tangent. So we will write our equation. The tangent of 20 degrees is the opposite side A over the adjacent side 15. Now we need to solve this equation for A. To do that, we will multiply both sides by that denominator 15. That's always the first step. Multiply both sides by the denominator. That cancels out those denominators. And things are much easier to solve when there's no denominators involved. That means that A is equal to 15 times the tangent of 20 degrees. We go ahead and move to our calculator. 15 tangent of 20 degrees is equal to 5.46. So A is equal to 5.46. That is the length of side A. Our final thing that we need to do is find side C. Again, always use the stuff they gave you originally. Yes, we could use 5.46 to help us out here, but it's always better to go back to the stuff they gave you in the problem. So we need to relate angle 20 degrees to side 15 degrees and C. Well, to the 20 degrees, 15 was the adjacent and C is always the hypotenuse. So which trig function puts together hypotenuse and adjacent? Oh, looking at our SOHCAHTOA, that is cosine. So cosine of 20 degrees is the adjacent 15 over the hypotenuse C. Again, when the variable's in the denominator, this gets a little tricky. It's a two-step problem. We always start by multiplying both sides by that denominator to get rid of the denominator. Now we want to get that cosine by itself. So what do we have? We have C times the cosine of 20 degrees is equal to 15. To get cosine by itself, we'll divide both sides by cosine of 20. To get c by itself. On the left, the cosines cancel, and we get c is going to be equal to 15 divided by the cosine of 20 degrees. Put that into our calculator. 15 divided by the cosine of 20 degrees is 15.96.